Hi everyone, welcome to Onyx Pages. This is a very quick video because we are having an ice storm in Toronto and we've been told that the power is going to go out. So I'm going to talk really fast. Wish me luck. Okay, so as those of you who've been a part of this channel for a while, to the newbies, hey, welcome to Onyx Pages. So I run an Afrofuturism slow reading group that is focused on the experiences of queer people of color on Facebook, and there will be information about the reading club in the description box below. We are called SOULar Powered, and we have selected at least 5 books that we're going to be reading in 2018. And I want to just tell you about the books because if you're interested in reading with us, you are definitely invited, and there will be instructions on how to request permission to join the group. Okay, so right now we are reading Emergent Strategy by Adrienne Brown. It's a nonfiction book, social justice oriented, and it's based off of the principles of Earthseed, sort of coming out of Octavia Butler's writing. We are slow reading this. We will probably be reading this for throughout the year. So you can join us online through Zoom Media, and we will post the parts of the book that we'll be talking about in each of the sessions. So if you'd like to join us and talk about this, you are more than welcome to. This is not going to be in a particular order because I don't even have my thing that sets out when we're reading it. So I believe we're reading this in May. So this is A Taste of Honey by Ashante Wilson. This is not part of a duology, but it is part of a family of books. So the previous title is called The Wild Soul Deeps, Sorcerer of the Wild Deeps. That was very oddly done. So anyway, so this is a queer gay male Afrofuturism read. It'll be my first read of its sort. So we are going to be reading this in May. Our next read is Octavia Butler's The Parable of the Sower. So if you have not started to read Octavia Butler's work, but you're really interested in reading her work with a group of mostly queer people of color, I would encourage you to join us to read Octavia Butler's The Parable of the Sower. This is one of her, well, all of her books are very well known, but I think that this one gets a lot of attention because in this book, Octavia Butler engages in a lot of political and social commentary, and she creates, in addition to creating just the world that this book exists in, she also creates a religion, a way of being, and different principles related to community. And so the religion is called Earthseed, and she has basically written this kind of holy book / political book, and there are verses of it throughout. And so I think that if you read this, you'll get a really interesting sense of why people love Octavia Butler and why they're trying to look at the principles that she has set out in this book and apply them in everyday life. Some people have called this work really prophetic because some of the ways that the government operates in this world are similar to what we're dealing with today. And so as a result of that, activists are really looking at whether or not the principles of Earthseed are similarly analogous. So if you'd like to join us and read this with us, we're going to be reading it late May, early June. All right. We are also going to be reading Shadowshaper by Danielle Jose Older. This is going to be my first read from this author, although I did have an opportunity to meet him in Amsterdam at the Other Futures conference, and he's such a great speaker. He's very, very accessible and really funny, and just hardcore, so you're cool. Anyway, so we're going to be reading this. The byline says, "Paint a mural, start a battle, change the world." I don't know very much about this title, but it says here, Sierra Santiago planned to have an easy summer of making art and hanging out with her friends, but then a corpse crashes the first party of the season. Her stroke-ridden grandfather starts apologizing over and over, and when the murals in her neighborhood begin to weep real tears, well, something more sinister than the usual Brooklyn ruckus is going on. With the help of a mysterious fellow artist named Robbie, Sierra discovers shadowshaping, a thrilling magic that infuses ancestral spirits into paintings, music, and stories. But someone is killing the shadowshapers one by one, and the killer believes Sierra is hiding their greatest secret. Now she must unravel her family's past, take down the killer in the present, and save the future of shadowshaping for herself and generations to come. So definitely Afro-Latinx writing. Danielle Jose Older said that he really, like, Brooklyn is so alive and he really enjoys writing about Brooklyn, and so I'm really looking forward to learning more about Brooklyn and learning more about his writing, and I believe that we start to see a little bit of the pantheon of gods in the Orisha religion, so I'm super excited about reading this. And then there's a second book in this series that I am going to be reading with Paula, and I'll put a link to her channel below, so I'm looking forward to reading that with her later in the year. And then finally, Ascension by Jacqueline Koyanagi. I'll tell you why I'm really excited about this book in a second, but I'm just going to read the back so that you know what it's about, and I hope the light works. Okay. Alana Quick is the best damn sky surgeon in Heliodor City, but repairing starship engines barely pays the bills. When the desperate crew of a cargo vessel stops by her shipyard looking for her spiritually advanced sister Nova, Alana stows away. Maybe her boldness will land her a long-term gig on the crew, but the tangled axon proves to be more than star watching and plasma coils. The chief engineer thinks he's a wolf. The pilot fades in and out of existence. The captain is all blonde hair, boots, and ego, and Alana can't keep her eyes off her. But there's little time for romance. And then the sticker is covering some words. Nova blank blank, someone will do anything, even destroying something or something. I should have planned that better. Anyway, there's a spaceship and this person's on it, and it's a really cool romance, and I believe that one of the characters is trans, and I'm trying to read more books with transgender characters and also characters with disabilities, because I want to read more diversely in my Afrofuturism practice, and those are both social locations that I don't see often in characters, so I'm trying to make more of a move to reading that. So that is it. Those are the 5 books that we're going to be reading throughout the year of 2018. If you are interested in joining us, you can find us on Facebook, and you'll have to answer a few questions. Now, one of the things that I really want to make clear is that our club works from the standpoint of queer people of color. So it's recognizing that most book clubs don't set that out as like an actual goal, except maybe the Rebel Women's Lit Club out of Jamaica. That's also decidedly queer and really cool. So if you are queer and a person of color, this is definitely a place where your identities will be central. If you are not of either of those identities, you are welcome to request joining, but it's really going to be important that you recognize that the group is going to be very assertive around challenging homophobia, heterosexism, racism, sexism, ableism, and all of the other oppressions that people who identify as queer or as people of color experience as well. So the moderators will be very clear about that as well. So the group is open. But it definitely works from the standpoint of queer people of color. And you can find out more about that in the description box, or if you request to join the group. Okay, that is it. Thank you very much for watching Onyx Pages. I'm glad that the light held up. I hope that regardless of whether or not you're interested in the club, I hope that these books tickle your fancy. And if you read them, please let me know what you think, and of course I'm always open to more recommendations for books. So thanks very much and have a great day. See you next time. Bye.